Right now we're at Hunter Creek, Elk Unit 35 in Wyoming.
Appreciate everybody coming together to help with this today.
We're doing a fence modification in cooperation with Bighorn Fence Initiative, partners with U.S. Forest Service. Group of people that have came together to make sure the fences are upkept in the Bighorn National Forest outside of Buffalo, Sheridan, Whirlwind, Grable. Been a lot of need to replace fences. It's just been a long time. I think Thad said this one's close to 100 years old.
We have a lot of elk in this area that makes it really hard for them to pass through here, so we're reconstructing it, putting in a new post, and then doing a 4-wire fence instead of that woven wire.
I think this fence was installed in the 1930s. It was originally had sheep out here, and that's why we've got the woven wire in place. Now we've got cattle out here, and it's been a cattle allotment since at least the 50s, and so this fence predates that time. The woven wire doesn't allow space for wildlife to get through. It's small boxes instead of just the strands of wire. That doesn't allow the young to be able to cross and go under the fence as they would be if we had a different type of wire.
Causes them to kind of change their migration route, so sometimes they might be getting down on roads where it's more dangerous for them. So if we can keep them so that they can migrate through some natural corridors, then it's safer for them to avoid having to go down to a road or something like that where there's a lot more disturbance activity going on.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation's been great. They were one of the first groups I worked with here on the Bighorn National Forest. They've been able to bring people each time that we've pulled these together, and we've got a lot of other organizations and partners that get people out here as well.
Lots of hands make easy work, though, that's for sure.
So when everybody's able to bring just a handful of people, we get a pretty good workforce together to make these projects happen.
The key is to get it to wrap on itself and catch on itself, otherwise you just have a big old spring that comes apart.
Ideally, wildlife would prefer that we have no fences out here to be able to move around. That's why when we're able to do a fence pull project, an old fence that's been in place and no longer needed, that's the best benefit for the wildlife. This fence, it's a pasture division fence that allows a grazing permittee to manage their livestock in a way that benefits the rangeland resources out here.
We are literally reconstructing, so when we reconstruct the fence, we put in all new material.
So I'm a life member, probably have been so for 15 years. The great people that are out here, members of RMEF and benefiting the wildlife, and I'm loving it.
Well, keep your balance. Watch what you're doing. Protecting their habitat, conserving it, getting people to do what they can. Every little bit helps.
This particular project came together after the PAC grant had already went through its process, so we were done with our state funding. But through our partnerships with Danner, Bass Pro, Cabela's, Weatherby, and Onyx, they were able to purchase the materials. Weatherby's right in our back door right now, so we actually have a Weatherby folk up here putting sweat equity in, plus they put a little money towards the project. Between our agency folks that are helping out and our funding partners, projects like this just don't happen.
Make sure that the habitat's good for the elk that we like to hunt, and
Just giving a little back for all the fun we have out hunting.
Yeah, it's really neat to see enthusiasm of volunteers willing to get out and do on-the-ground work in addition to supporting the organization. Local projects is always real important for support of the local chapter. People like to see their money, go to good causes wherever it is, but getting some of it spent locally, I think, really helps the support from a local chapter standpoint.
Rain or shine, volunteers plan on being here, they show up.
So I like to tell people, if you are already a Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation member or part of another conservation group, that's step one. If you're not one, become one. Step two is if you can donate more money, find a cool project, put some money towards it. And then the third is like, if you're, I'm kind of tapped out on the money, come do these projects. We need people to do projects like this because we can raise all the money. We need some sweat equity as well. So find your local chapter, get involved. It's a great community.
We do work projects throughout the nation, so we're really putting a lot of focus on getting the volunteers engaged and being able to find projects like this.
Thrusting with the muscle behind it to get it all the way to the bottom.
Oh, it's great to get to see people actually getting on the ground work done. See those dollars from the banquets go to real world projects.
On the Bighorn National Forest, we've probably got 10 or 15 miles of fence yet to either reconstruct or remove.
Let's go ahead and with our staples in the bucket up there.
We also have fences that are too tall or 5-wire, etc., that we could improve by making it that 4-wire with a better spacing. There's probably 100 miles of that type of fence across the Bighorn. Yeah, the end goal is to try and make every fence out there just as wildlife friendly as we can.
Let's get one of those measuring sticks down on this end. We got 2 of them up here.
They'll still have a barrier of a fence, but with this new fence, they'll be able to get through there a lot easier than they used to.
Get in there, get close. We got a lot done today.
Working hard to get a project like this completed. It really is heartwarming to know that people care about the wildlife enough to be spending their spare time to complete a project like this.
Come on!